Well, good morning, my YouTube family. Tim with Outdoors for Adventure. Today, I thought I would do a little review on our BFGoodrich KO2s. They've been a really good tire, but I actually haven't looked to see how many miles I've got on them. I know it's not a whole lot, but I'm going to get in the glove box and pull out the paperwork when I bought the tires, because I've had them a long while. But about the only time I drive my truck is when we're going on an adventure. Every now and then I'll drive it around town. But we're going to check those out. But let me show you the tires themselves and what state they're in right now. So as I said, these are the BFGoodrich all-terrains. It's cloudy and rainy out today, so we don't have a real good light. But I'm just going to kind of give you an idea. You got a rock in the tire right there. Still a lot of tread left on these tires, and we've been down a lot of gravel roads, rock roads. I've climbed up on top of stones to get the truck level. Now let's move back to this back tire. There's a little crack right in there. Still a lot of tread left on these tires. They're all wearing about the same, it looks like. Not a lot of cracks. Sidewalls still look really good. I love this sidewall protection on these tires. It's pretty tough. And our last tire is right here. And it is time for me to rotate these from front to back. Looking good. Of course, the inner side looks just like the outer side. Our new headlights are doing well. So let me pull the paperwork out and we'll go inside where it's warm and see how many miles we've got on these tires. Okay, so I got my paperwork out of the glove box of the Nissan Titan, and I've already showed you some video of the tires themselves, and they've still got quite a bit of tread on them. I didn't measure the tread depth, but it's very substantial for a bunch more miles. Now, remember I told you that my truck, I really only take it out when we're going on an adventure, off-road. If we go quite a ways off and we're on pavement, we take the car for gas mileage reasons, and it's new, and warranty and stuff like that. So if anything happens, we're covered. My truck is not under warranty. Anything that happens to it comes out of my pocket. And, it's just an old vehicle, 2006 Nissan Titan. And I have 136,500 miles on my truck right now. I bought my BFGoodrich KO2s at Discount Tire here in Texarkana. And I've been buying tires from Discount Tire here in Texarkana for several years now. And I replaced my tires that I had on my truck were the Falcon Rocky Mountain ATS. And those tires were okay, but I really wasn't all that impressed with them myself. I know a lot of people love them, but I just didn't like them. Okay, when I bought these tires, I went ahead and bought E-rating tires because at the time I was pulling a 30-foot camper, and I also had an 18-foot tandem axle trailer that I was pulling a Mahindra Max tractor with front end bucket and bush hog and box blade, stuff like that. And I was pulling that around quite a bit. So I use my truck a lot. I don't do that anymore. Lately, it's basically just going into the forest, forest roads and stuff like that. Hauling limbs off around the house, just normal stuff now. So I'm not getting that many miles on the truck at all. And if you figure, when I bought those tires, I bought those back 4/15 to 2016. So we're looking at over 5 years having these tires. Now, the way I'm putting miles on now, which I foresee my mileage fixing to increase as soon as it gets warm again, because we have some bigger trips planned for next year. But back to the tires, I love the BFGoodrich KO2. Now the E-ply, it rides a little bit rougher, but you can air them down on the rough roads, and that kind of helps, on that part of it. All in all, it is rougher, but I like the E-ply tires. Now, if I replace these tires, I don't think I'll go E-ply. I don't pull anything that's that heavy. But we'll see when that time comes. I've got a long ways to go before these tires are wore out. So 136,500 miles, and when I bought these tires in 2016, the truck had 113,340 miles on it. So in this 5-year period, it's a little bit over 5-year period, I've only driven that truck 23,160 miles. So if I'm looking at this paperwork right, my discount tire paperwork from buying the tires, I believe the BFGoodrich 50,000 mile warranty. So I've got 23,000 miles on the tires, so I'm about halfway there. So I figure I'm gonna get 45,000 to 50,000 miles out of those tires. If, like I said, those tires are 5 years old, a lot of people say 6 years you need to replace your tires. So what I'll do is I'll keep an eye on my sidewalls and stuff, and make sure I'm not getting any cracks or dry rot or any deterioration like that. As long as the tire looks good, I'm just gonna keep running them. 6 years is probably a good rule of thumb, but those were expensive tires, and you can see there's a lot of tread left on them. So I'm gonna keep running them until I physically see some damage to the tires. And when I replace them, I'll either go back with the KO2 or I may try the KM3. For the type of stuff we do, the all-terrain does everything we need to do. Now, if I decide I'm gonna go through some tougher trails, more mud, the KM3 would come into play. I don't know if the KM3 losing gas mileage, going to a mud tire would be worth us going a mud tire, and so I may just stick with the KO2. It just depends on what we're doing when the time comes for me to replace those tires. I can say the KO2 is an awesome tire. It goes through everything. Now mud, it does, to me, it seems to hold the mud better, which is not a good thing. You have to get some tire speed up to actually fling that mud out of them tires when they get caked up. And I have had them in mud, and I have not been stuck in my truck since I've had those tires on there. Which, come to think of it, I don't remember ever being stuck. And I know this is about tires, and I thought about putting a locker in the rear of that truck, but I've got a winch on the front of it. So until I start having mechanical problems with the rear end, I don't know that I'm gonna put a locker in it, because if I get stuck, I've got a winch to pull me out. Later down the road, if I mess up my rear end and it needs work, then I think I'll swap out and put a locker in it. But back to the tires, I like the tires. Most people that run the KO2 love them. They're a good all-around tire. They're not that loud on the highway. they ride good, and as you see, they're wearing even. They don't seem to, all the rocks we go on, they don't seem to, the knobs don't seem to be tearing at all. So that's a good thing. So as far as the BFGoodrich KO2, I highly recommend them. If you're in it looking for all-terrain, I think that's the one to go with. So I've covered the miles that we've got on them, and 23,000 miles. We're about on the halfway point for the warranty of 50,000 miles, and I think we can get 50,000 miles out of them as long as we don't start having cracks in the sidewalls and deterioration of the rubber due to age. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to run a tire for 5 years, so they're going to have the things, you know, a lot of miles on them in 3 or 4 years, and probably time to replace them. But right now, no more than we're driving our truck, you know, we just don't get that much wear on the tires. So I guess I should end this video here. I just wanted to kind of touch base on our BFGoodrich tires and let you know where we're at on them and how they're doing. I'm impressed. I like them, and I would definitely put them on the truck again. My only change is I might not go such a heavy tire like the Load Range E. I just don't know. You know, they seem to be tougher, and the only bad thing, negative thing about them is, in my opinion, is they're going to be heavier, so that might reduce your gas mileage, and they ride rougher. But you can air them suckers down quite a bit when you're on rough roads to kind of, you know, balance out the rough ride, and they're tough. So that's just my opinion. I know there's a lot of tire experts out there that have more technical information about them, but this is just from an average guy who threw the tires on the truck to use them. You know, the technicalities of it's not a big deal to me. I just want some good mileage out of them. I want them to be able to go through what I put them through and handle a load when I put a load on them. And these tires meet all those requirements and exceed those requirements. So we're going to end this video there. If you're looking for an all-terrain tire, BF KO2s are my recommendation. There's a lot of good tires out there, but I'll just stick with the BFGoodrich since they have not let me down. I have tried the Rocky Mountain ATS, and they seem to wear pretty quick on my truck. So, you know, I'll leave that at that. So I hope you liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of videos that you can go back and check out on dispersed camping, primitive camping, our overlanding gear setup, the things we use, and there's Amazon links at the bottom of our description in most of our videos. So if you want to go check out some of the items that we use, you can go down there and click on them. And if you order something from clicking on one of our links to go to Amazon, we will get a little bit of money off of that. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So, you know, it's just a good way to help support our channel if you order on Amazon from one of our links. So we appreciate that. And we appreciate all of our subscribers. We thank all of y'all for coming over watching. That watch time is what we need. So we appreciate y'all's watch time. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And, you know, today's Friday. Weekend's right around the corner. So y'all have a good weekend. Thanks for watching.